Hey dads, welcome back to Duty of Dad. Today we're going to be talking about something that creates lifelong memories, strengthens bonds, and gives your kids something to hold on to even when they're grown. What am I talking about? Family traditions. So traditions, man, look, they ain't got to be expensive and they don't even have to be elaborate, but they do have to be one thing, and that's consistent. So look, before I jump into it, please give this video a like. Comment below what your thoughts is at the end of this video, what you think about it. Share this video with another dad out there and subscribe to this channel if you like what I'm putting out to you guys. I appreciate you guys' love and support. And as always, let's build a community filled with great dads so we can help our kids have a great future. Okay, so let me jump into it. Why do traditions matter? Man, I've talked to a bunch of buddies about this, like what really set their childhood up. You know, what do they remember from their childhood? And I'm going to tell you this just to keep it real. You're only going to remember one or two things from your childhood, either good things, fun times, like things that had such a substantial impact in your memory that you can revert back to it, whether it's birthday party, some type of celebration, something that really set itself different from the everyday type of things. A lot of times what we remember from our childhood is if we get a scar from something. Like I have a scar on my stomach where I was riding a bicycle, tricycle, and I wrecked. And I'll never forget that day. I have other scars, and those are things that we can look at that gives us that visual reminder. But traditions is another thing that can give your kids that reminder. Like movie night, Friday night movie nights, where the family gets together. And this is something I could talk about, like coming into my family now with the mixed family. And I know some of the traditions that they had established was having family movie night. And the kids would be so amped up and looking forward to Friday night. We're out of school. Hey, can we do movie night? Now, 9 times out of 10, my one daughter, she falls asleep 10 minutes into the movie. It's the most hilarious thing ever. She talks about it all week long. Oh, can we do movie night? Can we do movie night? And going through moves and different things we've been through, like we've kind of lost touch with that tradition, but I realize now how important those traditions are for the kids. Another tradition we have is Sunday morning breakfast that my wife makes. She makes this outstanding pancake. I've tried to make those pancakes, totally screwed up a $200 pan, and now I'm returning that thing back to Costco. Anyways, so that's why traditions matter, like why they're important is because the traditions you're going to be establishing with your kids, whether it's like grilling out on the 4th of July or, you know, the different things. I'm going to get into that later on in this video, but the traditions is what's going to basically create stability for your kids. And that's why traditions are so important, is because that's the thing that they're going to be taking on from from your house into their house with their kids, and they're going to be establishing their own traditions. And hopefully the traditions, some of the traditions that you put into play and you put in, the one big thing about traditions is it's not a hit and miss. A tradition is something you do consistently, whether it's every week, every month, every year. It's a tradition that you do and you establish, and that's what makes it a tradition, it's the consistency, right? So that sticks with your kids. I can see now like how much some of the traditions we have, you know, matter to the kids now. And I remember, I don't come from a home that has a lot of traditions. The traditions that we have are like going to church every Sunday, going to church every Wednesday. Those, I guess, would be considered traditions. Those traditions I found rooted inside of me. Like it makes me feel good when I go to church on Sundays. It makes me feel good when I go to church because there's an identifier there with my childhood that has a representation of safety, social things with friends, and that was a lot of the traditions that my mom instilled into me. So now, was that a tradition that I brought into my own family? It's not, but I do, and I can identify with that tradition, right? So that's basically why traditions actually matter. So now let me get into the second part of this tradition topic that I'm on. I have a family. And I never really thought about this until now, going through this really deep dive and doing the duty of dad, but it's tradition, right? And I said, well, my family, I don't have any like intentional set up traditions for my family, my kids, my wife now. So I'm able to basically go back and try to take up bits and pieces what they came through, like movie night. I've now established a family movie night with my family. Now, sometimes it's Friday night, sometimes it's Saturday night, but once a week we have a family movie night. It doesn't have to be a rented movie. It doesn't have to be going out to the movies. It could be something free on Peacock or whatever else like that. Even YouTube. I mean, whatever. There's free movies out there. So if you're on a budget or you don't want to spend the money, that's fine too. But the thing about it is like creating that, hey, you know what? Every Friday night or Saturday night, sometime throughout the week, when we're gonna spend time, and it's that quality time that I'm talking about with your kids. Not this half step, like, okay, yeah, we'll go do putt-putt, or we'll go do go-karts, or, you know what, we'll go to the park, and then the next week you miss. Or it's another 3-4 weeks, and then you go take them to the park again. You're not really doing a tradition. You know, you're just kind of doing it flying by your seats, and I'm going to go do this with my kids because, I kind of been messing up. I haven't been doing nothing, right? So that's not how we're going to play. So we're going to start new traditions. So let me break it down like starting a new tradition. You may be asking yourself, well, how do I start a new tradition? You can start, look, there's four things to it. You can start small. Maybe it's pizza night. Maybe it's taco night, whatever. And you establish that spaghetti night, pancakes on Saturday morning, Sunday mornings, whatever it is, you establish it and you do it, right? Start small. It could be family game night. Playing Uno, playing cards. I mean, that stuff's free. The only thing it's going to cost you is your time. And maybe an hour of your time, 2 hours? Come on. I remember as a kid, we could stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning playing Monopoly and still not have a winner, right? And you at the intense moments in the Monopoly where people got hotels and you getting struck out, passing boardwalk. Come on now, like, it's a whole different age and world now with technology and Fortnite. I love Fortnite. But you start small and you make it personal. Look, if your kids are into sports, then go do something sport related with them. Go do a family soccer tournament, soccer game on Saturdays or Friday afternoons, Friday evenings. Look, we got soccer fields. It's free to go to, man. If you don't even have a soccer field, that's fine. Go find a parking lot. There's all kinds of places with no cars, paying the parking lots of businesses that are closed up. Come on, drive around. You'll figure it out real quick. Okay, so let me get into it. You want to involve everyone with these traditions. You want to involve everyone on all the aspects and components of your kids. We got kids ranging from 12 down to, infant, toddler, older kids. So you want to be able to involve everyone with it. And it doesn't mean that, say you're doing the family soccer games on Fridays or the last Sunday of the month type thing, whatever it is, you pick it, you stick to it, and you do it. And that's your tradition, right? And maybe it's a soccer game, maybe the 1-year-old can't really play. But guess what? He can come there and he can throw a ball around, he can hold on to the other extra balls. You got the extra soccer balls or whatever your sport is you're playing. Or maybe it's game night. You know what I mean? And now you're involving your toddler who can't understand the complexities of Uno, but you know what? You can give them the box to play with, or you can give them one of those washable markers to keep score with, or whatever you want to do. Keep them involved. You're involving everyone. Keep everybody involved with it. And the last and final piece, which I think number 4 is probably the most important piece, other than your desire and your willingness to actually start something, is be consistent. A tradition is not a tradition without a consistency. So be consistent with your tradition and you'll get it established. The more traditions you establish, the more rooted your childhood and your family is going to become. And it's going to strengthen that bond with each other because, again, you're reverting back to spending quality time with each other and doing something that is including and unifying everyone, right? So hopefully you'll be blessed enough as you're establishing these traditions with your kids that those traditions will be passed down from generation to generation. I know some of these traditions that you can go back into. I studied Odinism and Norse mythology and all this other stuff, and they have bloats. They have things that you can go do that you're drinking mead out of a horn, man. And this is they got fire bloats. I mean, they got all kinds of different celebrations and things that you go do. Yule, it's like basically the tradition of Christmas that you go do for 12 days. These are traditions, like Christmas celebration. Like that's a Christmas tradition, Thanksgiving tradition. Like I know what my wife's family is like. Our Thanksgiving tradition is that everybody comes together. You set aside your differences and whatever else, and you bring a plate My mother-in-law likes to do a fire turkey. Like, I don't even mess with the turkey. I just make sure she gets the turkey. And then I'll be taking photos. This is going on the 3rd year. I'll be taking photos of her every time she brings that turkey out of the oven. And then I have a collage of her bringing turkeys out of the oven for the past couple years. That's her tradition. And that makes me feel good. That makes the kids feel good, and they identify with that. And that strengthens our unity. It gives them something to look forward to. And as they get older, this is what they're going to be passing it down. When my daughters and my sons have families and have wives and husbands of their own, and they have their children, I have grandkids, they're going to be doing their tradition, and they're going to be incorporating me and my wife and our parents into the whole mix. And it's such a beautiful thing. So I'm going to give you guys 5 simple traditions that you can implement right now. Here's one: weekly family game night. This is Uno, dominoes, cards, 5,000 with the dice. I mean, whatever you want to make it, you can make it. It's so simple. Even tic-tac-toe, even if you want to break it down on a simplistic level, tic-tac-toe. Come on, 3-year-olds can do tic-tac-toe out here, guys. Number 2, holiday keepsakes. This is where, like, ornaments, like my family does ornaments, like where we decorate an ornament, or we go every year and we pick out one ornament, like that's my ornament. I even pick out ornaments for the dog, like Savvy. Like, he'll have his own ornament. And then over time, so for the past, we're going on 3 Christmases, it's going to be 3 different ornaments for everybody else. So as they get older, guess what? One, you're able to do, you're able to have that ornaments. You can let your kids take the ornaments down to their trees now when they get their houses. Here's a 3rd idea, right? Gratitude jar. So once a week or once a month, you can sit down with your family, get them all together, and write down what you're thankful for, and stick that in the jar. And then at the end of the year, when you guys are coming together, Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, you guys sit down and you pull out those thankful gratitudes, and you read it to each other and say, this is what I was grateful for. It's an attitude of gratitude that you're going to be founded in and grounded in, that's going to get you through the hard times, the challenging times, through the mean times, whatever times you're going to be going through is going to get you through that. And hell, you know what? If you really going through some stuff, and you're going through depression, anxiety, whatever, hopelessness, you can reach into that jar and pull that out and start encouraging yourself. That's how easy that stuff is. Birthday traditions. This is another one. This is number 4. Birthday traditions. You can establish a birthday tradition. You got kids, you want your kids, what do you want to do on your birthday? And we're going to do this every year on your birthday. I know my one son, he wants to go out and he just wants to go do go-karts, right? Run it. I can do go-karts from now until the time I'm 80 years old. I can always take him out to go do go-karts. You know, another tradition that my daughter likes is she likes her mom to cook her favorite breakfast or cook her favorite dinner for her birthday. So she gets that option, and when it's her birthday, we're gonna cook the thing that she wants for her birthday, her favorite dish. For her, it's like ceviche, and it's chicken Alfredo or whatever. It's like she'll have a dice, and sometimes I'll have to go out and cook both of them just to be cooking stuff for her. Number 5, this is my favorite actually, is Adventure Day. So take the time out. This one I'm to encourage you dads out there, take the time out to take your family outside your house into something that outside of nature where you can go do something with them. Look, I started with my family. I said 2025 is going to be that year. I'm going to take them out of their normal 9-to-5 environment, going to school, coming home, doing homework, showering, eating food, going to bed, doing the whole wash, rinse, repeat cycle, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, Sunday through Monday, whatever you guys want to classify it as. I said, look, once a week or once a month, we're going to go out and we're going to go to a national park. And during that national park, look, we just did a 100-mile radius, which is going to take you guys about an hour and a half. Come on, don't be lazy, guys. And there's so many parks around us. And we went to Zion National Park a couple weeks back, and it was beautiful. And I was able to get outside that moment and get this passion, what I'm giving to you guys. And this is why I was inspired for this channel, for Duty of Dad. And said, look, a big, important thing to us dads is really giving our kids the life that we didn't have. And that's what I want to help encourage you guys to do, is to get out there. Start small on those aspects. Those are my 5 top things. Look, traditions don't have to be perfect, dads, but they do have to be consistent. I'm going to leave that with you guys. Look, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, share this video with another dad out there. And as always, let's come together, build the community of dads so we can inspire, encourage, and lead our children into their futures, into their lives. Appreciate you guys. Much love. See you guys on the next one.